Hello everyone. So in our previous class, we have just make the exercise of mapping the earth and we have done some fill in the blanks, true, false and give reason. Okay. And I had also made you write the question number one. Okay. Why do we need models and tools to study the earth? Okay. So today we are going to start from the question number two, that is name the different kind of map, describe each briefly. Okay. So first of all, let's go for the answer. There are several kind of maps. Okay, the first one is political map, and political map will only show the boundary of earth, the boundary of countries and states, and the location of capital, important cities and towns which is situated on the earth. Okay, means it will only tell you the divider, in how many countries our earth has been divided, how many states are there, what are the location of which capital, what are the important cities. Okay, it will just tell you about the division. Okay, so after that the second part is physical map. It show the physical feature of the region such as river, mountain, plain and plateau. As the name is physical map, it will only tell you the physical feature. The physical features are river, mountain, plains and plateaus, where what kind of rivers has been flow from which place to where. Okay, thereafter how many mountains are there, which places have the most mountains, which have the least, and all every kind of details has been given by the physical map. Thereafter we will go for the next kinds of map, that is thematic map. Okay, so thematic map, it show things like the distribution of crops, minerals, natural vegetation. Means on the earth surface there are different places where different kind of crops or minerals has been found. Okay, so it will just signifies that this region have a separate kind of crops which has been grown. Okay, therefore it will just tell you about the different kinds of material which has been found on different parts of the earth. Okay, so thereafter we will go for the topographical map. Okay, topographical map, it show the physical and cultural feature of a small place in great details. Mean it will only show the physical and cultural feature. Means what kind of settlement are present there, means how many houses or buildings are present there, where we got the junkyard, and every kind of things has been provided with great details. Okay, the detailing in topographical map is very high. Okay, so thereafter we will go for our next question, that is what are conventional symbol. Okay, the symbol or sign which is commonly used by cartographers all around the world is called conventional symbol. Means there are some different kind of symbol or sign which has been used by cartographers all around the world. Mean, and the conventional symbol has mainly made by the cartographer, but there are many kinds of symbols or sign has been present, but the most common symbols which has been used by us or by the cartographer to get the specific information, these are called conventional symbols. Okay, thereafter, the question number four is what are diagrams? Why do we need diagrams in geography? Okay, so diagram is basically a drawing which explain the structure or working of something. Like something means anything, like how a river has been flowing. Okay, I have just showed you in the previous videos. Okay, when I was teaching the mapping the earth lesson. Okay, I had showed you the diagram of the river, that how it has been flowing from the Himalaya to the oceans. Okay, and it has just gone through a different kinds of parts. Okay, so the structure which has been explaining everything, that from where the river is flowing and up to how many places it covered, and how it just go and connected to the oceans or seas. Okay, so these kind of things has been called as diagram and it's a drawing. Okay, diagram is mainly used to explain the geographical concept. Concept means how it has been happening. Okay, thereafter question number 5, what are anticlines and synclines? Okay, so anticlines and synclines are basically folds which are formed in earth crust by forces of compression acting on the rocks. Means, as I had told you, that there is the upward side and downward side, which has been said as anticline and synclines. Okay, these are the folds, and it is formed by the force of compression. Means there has been a huge force acting below the earth crust, okay, on the rocks, okay, so that it will form anticline and synclines. Okay, so these are the basically short type answers. Okay, now we will go for the answer in details. Okay, so in our answer in details, the first question is, how are maps different from globes? It's basically very easy to express that how a map is different from globe, because maps show the feature of a spherical earth on a flat surface. Mean, on the flat surface there has been a paper which is a flat surface, and over there the maps has been showed. Okay, while if you will go for the globe, globe is a what? Globe is a structure of earth which is much smaller than earth. Okay, so globe will just tell you about the accurate picture of the shape of continent and ocean, but it won't show the shape and area and direction of everything. Okay, so that's why maps has different feature and globes have different features. Well, maps are two-dimensional model. Two-dimensional means only you can see the normal or a flat surface, while globe is a three-dimensional model, means it will just give you a 3D experience. Okay, it is a three-dimensional model. So next we are going to the what are the elements of a map. So if we will just see the elements of a map, okay, a map contain a large amount of information. To convey this information in manner that is simple and easy to understand, cartographer use certain elements that are common to all maps. These elements are directional, scales, colors, symbols, and legends. Okay, means there has been different maps which contains a large amount of information. What kind of information? The information is what is the direction, what are the scales, what it has just consist with different kinds of colors and symbols. Okay, so these are the things which give the information about many things. Like I'm just giving an example. If there has been some place where the red soil has been found, okay, so we will use a color of red to just signify that red soil. Okay, so that red color is what? It is the element of map. Okay, so to convey this information in a manner that is simple and easy to understand, cartographer use certain elements that are common to all maps. Thereafter we will go for our third question, and it is very important one. Okay, so mark it as important, because map scale is a very important thing while reading a map. So basically, what is a map scale? Map scale is the ratio of a distance between two places on a map to the actual distance between two places on the ground. If we will just take a map and have a look on it, we can see that the distance between Delhi to Mumbai is approximately 6 to 7 kilometer. I mean 6 to 7 centimeter. Okay, but if we will go to see it in the actual ground, is it so? No, it's not. It will just cover a large area, approx 1000 to 1200 kilometer. Okay, so how can we just conclude that the real distance or actual distance on a map to the actual distance between two places on the ground? Okay, so it will just tell you the actual distance. Okay, how it will just tell you the actual distance? We are going to learn the three ways that how it will just tell you the actual distance. The first is verbal scale. Verbal scale means it expresses the relation between the distance on a map and distance on a ground in words. Like it will tell about 5 kilometer to 1 centimeter. Means 1 centimeter will signifies about 5 kilometer. if it will say 10 kilometer to 1 centimeter, means 1 centimeter will define about 10 kilometer on the actual ground. Okay, so this is the first way. The second way is linear or graphic scale. Okay, linear or graphic scale is it visually express the scale on a map. It consists of a horizontal line with equal division marked on it. Means it is a linear scale. Linear scale means it consists of a horizontal line with equal distance. While if we will use a map, we can see there has been a horizontal and vertical line with a different kind of scale has been plotted. Okay, so that scale is mainly express the equal division. Okay, and that division conduct with a relation, and through that relation we can just express the distance of the actual ground. Okay, by using that horizontal line which has been placed on a map on the side. Okay, thereafter we will go for the representative fraction. So representative fraction express the scale of a map in the form of ratio of the map distance to the ground distance. Means the scale of a map in the form of ratio or the map distance to the ground distance. Okay, so it has been expressed as a ratio like 1 is to 25,000, 2 is to 500, 1 is to 100. Okay, so that ratio has been mentioned is representative fraction. Okay, we have mainly seen it on the most of the maps. Okay, so on the basis of this scale, okay, which scale? Verbal scale, linear scale, or representative fraction, we have just divided it into two parts, that is small scale map and large scale map. Okay, so we will just have a look to the difference between. So here is our small scale map. So as you can see in the small scale map, it just tell that it is drawn to a scale of 1 centimeter, which is equal to 100 kilometer or more. Okay, but large scale are drawn to a scale of 1 centimeter, which is equal to 1 kilometer or less. Means small scale cover large area with less detail, and large scale cover small area with great details. Okay, thereafter the third one is it cannot show too many details on the ground. Means small scale won't show the like it won't show a great details as it has been appear in large scale maps. Okay, like large scale maps show the details like bus, trees, buildings, etc. Okay, but small scale won't able to describe the large detail because it area has been larged. Okay, so the example of small scale map is political map and physical map, while the large scale maps example are cadastral maps and topographical maps. Okay, so these are the difference. Okay, so today we are going to finish the class up to this. Okay, after that in our next class or in my next video, I will just give you some extra question answer and your geography project work. Okay, so be prepared. Thank you.